Marc, you are not being heard.
Oh,
So
now you guys don't get to hear all the swearing now.
you don't get.
Wait, what? No swearing?
Brilliant. Stop going to
Yeah.
default. It goes to default everything.
Now you're there.
Wait. Hey, can you hear me now?
Yep, crystal.
Yep.
I did the most wonderful fucking intro there, and did it come? No, it didn't. It fucked up because I have no fucking luck, despite the fact that I've done this 100 fucking times. Anyway, good evening. Welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. We are playing Call of Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep. We are back for episode 4 of the main campaign, starting New York, which is the proper start. We are missing a Lanhee tonight. She is unfortunately still has no internet, but will do it by Tuesday, so she'll be here for the next episode. Yeah, we will jump. Yes, there should be. We will jump right into it, and we will start with a question. We will start with Michelle. Kathy, what happened the last time you met Jackson Elias?
Well, Kathy has had a bit of a time. She went on a couple of adventures since we last saw her in Peru, and they took a bit of a toll. They were a bit much. So she spent a lot of time really embracing the social scene of New York, shall we say. And she met with Jackson Elias for one drink, he said. He put his foot down and said, "Okay, Kathy, I'll meet you for one drink." The next day, he awoke up in a strange bed, covered in glitter. He left the strange bedroom and realized that he was in Kathy Bacon's New York flat, or apartment, as they say, and has very little memory of what happened and how he got there. And to this day, probably doesn't remember that much from that night, except that there was a lot of drinking.
I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked. Rob, what happened the last time you met up with Jackson?
Well, last time I had met him, I was delivering some packages he had asked me to pick up from locations that he would like me not to disclose. So, but it was a general business meeting, and we exchanged money for what the books and other things he asked to be delivered. So
just straight up business.
Fairly good. I mean, we had a drink while doing it and chatted about some of our companions. But, it's our friendship is business for the most part. Nowhere near Kathy's level of business, though. So,
Understandable.
but yeah, it's probably been maybe 6 months to a year since I last chatted with him, depending. He may have asked, sent a note about something or asked him about a message, especially like that book where we saw, that was the last incident of a supernatural that I've met up with.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which you've probably rationalized away by now.
Drugs.
Yeah. Must have been good ones.
But no, he's got a little bit. He's starting to see some cracks in the reality.
Lyra, what about you?
I guess the last time they saw each other, they had met for a coffee. Lyra had asked him to maybe help her out with a few ideas for her next novel. She's been writing a few kind of like pulpy adventure novels since Peru, slightly based in the occurrences. And they just had a cup of coffee and chatted a bit. That was about it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So, we'll get right to it then. You all recently, the past couple of weeks, have received a telegraph from Jackson, and it reads: "Have information concerning Carlisle expedition. Stop. Need reliable investigative team. Stop. Meet January 15, New York. Stop. Jackson Elias." You would all have you would all have decided to go, I take it, otherwise you wouldn't be sitting here playing this game with me. If you didn't, then fuck off. You get to New York probably on or around the 15th. Weather is terrible. Everything's blanketed in white. There's snowdrifts that are going up the sides of the buildings. People out clearing the snow every day from dawn till dusk. Cars are still able to move. Some trams, all able to get about. Where are you? Are you all staying together? Did you get in contact when you knew you were coming? Because I know that, for instance, Kathy and Robert have been in contact in between. What was happening there?
His message said he was sending a competent team or looking for a competent team. So he would not suspect Kathy at the first person that he would have on that team. So
why have you been on adventures with Kathy? That is shocking. Shocker to me.
Kathy will have immediately called up everyone, and from some kind of bar usually, just been like, "Darling, I hear you're in town." Even if she has no reason, like no logical way of knowing that they're in town, somehow she kind of knows. Word travels. She's connected, so she's just like, "Bob, I hear you're in town."
Hi, Kathy. My cousin wants me to bring you some more of that stuff, but I couldn't bring it on the airplane.
Oh, I think it's my turn to bring you some stuff. I'm in Brooklyn at the moment. Where are you, darling?
Some tall building downtown. Hotel, blah, blah.
I tell you what, why don't you come meet me here? Here's the address, and I give the address for what is quite a down market bar for Kathy's tastes. Let's call it the Rotting Fish.
The Rotting Fish. Okay, that's
very English.
That is a choice.
I didn't name the bar.
Okay, sure.
I call everyone and invite them down to the Rotting Fish.
You get a message from Katie a couple of days before that she can't make it. She's on stage at the moment doing wrapping up a run on. I really should have thought of some wonderful play beforehand, but whatever it is, we'll come up with it next time when we see Lanhee. But isn't able to make it and ask you to send Jackson regards, and that she'll be a few days late. So you're meeting up then on the night of the 14th at this Rotting Fish bar. Describe it to us, Kathy. What does it look like inside?
1 sec, I just need to make sure I write down the name of this so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Rotting bar.
See, that's why we have VOD.
Okay. So, it's on a pretty standard New York street, but this place is a little run down. There's some stairs that lead down to it. It's a cellar bar. And there's a guy standing outside the door. And you'd think you'd have to give him a password to get in. No. He just looks at people and makes sure that they're not, the police. And lets people in. And inside, it is very much a place that very recently was a dilapidated basement or cellar. But someone has at least attempted to try and put some paint on the walls, not very well. The bar is basically a bunch of planks of wood on barrels, and there's a table just full of bottles with labels just have an X on it or something. This isn't a well-stocked and great place to meet, but it is a choice that Kathy has made.
Lyra steps through the door and has a quick look around. And as she sees Kathy and their eyes lock, she screams out, Cassie, darling, there you are.
Lyra, darling! She gives her a big hug, and you can
Big.
probably smell that she's had a few.
Whew.
So good to see you, darling.
My, I've heard of this place. Isn't this the place where Harry Houdini got so drunk and they said there was something with a donkey, wasn't there?
Yes, I was there for that. I had never seen anything like it, and neither had this bar. I mean, it looks a bit rough and a bit, well, look at it. But some really strange things and wonderful things happen here. This place is real. It's real New York. Not like one of those fancy places with lights. Oh no, this place is all candles and strange liquors. Here, let me get you
Lyra
one.
lets out a
Rocky.
wholehearted laugh and kind of navigates to the bar with Cassie. You have to tell me more.
Well, you see, do you remember? Oh God, now it's not have my brain to fail at giving names. Do you remember Butcher Bill? He was killed here.
No, you don't say.
That's what the word is on the streets. And I've never really been one to hear words on the streets before, but this place, well, you will hear some things. Like, he disappeared many months ago. People just assumed that he moved away, but no, apparently he was murdered right there in that corner. Don't you love how real and extreme this place is?
My. A whiskey in your cleanest glass, please.
The bartender, big red-haired guy, looks at you, kind of squints, takes a glass, looks at it, puts it down, pours some whiskey in it, pushes it over without a word.
Lyra picks up the glass and gives it a quick look while swigging the whiskey around.
It's not the cleanest glass you've ever seen, but it's not. There's no blood stains or anything.
Don't worry, we are perfectly safe here, unless you have some dealings with the mob.
And that,
Well,
you
then.
hear a couple of people at a table kind of stop the conversation and look over.
Oh, don't worry, gentlemen, it's all fine. We're here for a good time, nothing more.
Eventually, Bob will step through the doorway, ducking probably in one of the smaller cellars. Ah, Kathy. Looks at Lyra and nods.
Oh, Bob, so good to see you. How have you been?
Robert?
Busy. Jackson called you two also. This could be interesting. Katie also?
No, Katie couldn't make it. She's dancing on the boards, as it were.
Ah, yes. Well, she has been coming up. I've actually caught some of her stuff.
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? Just seeing her career blossom. It's so wonderful. I can't think of anyone who deserves anything more. And Lyra, your books! My God! I didn't know you had it in you.
Very few people did. What can I say? You take inspiration from the things you see and you just put it down on paper. I mean, I hope you're happy with the liberties I took with Madame Hamstring.
Oh, of course. I mean, don't let a little thing like reality get in the way of a good yarn.
Of course.
She was Madame Hamstring?
Yeah. You didn't get that, Bob?
No. I only briefly skimmed through it, so...
Okay. So I guess I don't have to ask you about your thoughts on Tim Timothy.
No.
Good.
Now you have me intrigued. Maybe I will read it and let you know.
So,
but what did Jackson say? Did he give you any information while we're here? Last time I worked with you, Kathy, he just wanted us to pick up a book. He did mention that expedition, though, didn't he?
Oh, I've not been paying that much attention, but I have heard about... We were talking about the Carlisle expedition, of course.
It's all over the news. Or at least has been.
It wouldn't surprise. It doesn't surprise me. Robert Carlyle was always a bit of a cad and a bit of a fool. Like I would say, the chances are he probably led all of those poor people to their deaths in the desert. I know that they hung a bunch of people for their deaths, but I mean, Robert Carlyle is not the kind of man I would think who would be he's not interesting enough to be murdered. He is just interesting enough to do something very, very stupid and then march a bunch of people into their deaths in the desert.
Well, stupid can get you dead.
Oh, trust me, the Carlyles, they were always just blah, 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 blah. He was probably relaxing in some hotel while he was letting all those poor people work the site.
But you did mention that they did supposedly, those tribesmen were the ones they accused of killing him, and they ran a very quick trial.
Well, you know how it is. When somebody with power requires justice, any old person will do. Usually someone with the least amount of power.
That has been commonplace in history.
The night goes on, you all have some drinks. I don't know to what extent you get drunk. But to whatever time you're able to stay in that bar. The next morning, who do you think among you would Jackson be the first to contact?
Probably not Kathy.
Bob is a fairly early riser and has worked with him before. So,
Bob, about 8, 9 in the morning, you get woken up in your hotel room, the phone ringing on his bedside.
Bob would already been dressed and ordering room service to bring up breakfast by that time. So,
Mr. Robinson, we have a call for you from one Jackson Elias. Should I put him through?
Yes, please. And he...
Bob, you're here.
Well, I'm here. I also met with Kathy and Lyra last night. They're here too.
And is Katie with them too?
She's going to try to catch up later. She was finishing up a show from last night yet, so hopefully she will be here in the next few days.
Bob, listen to me. Listen, I need you to meet me at the Hotel Chelsea, room 410 tonight, 8 p.m. Bring everyone. Okay, this is big. I really need your help here. Bring everyone. I will tell you.
You need help tonight. Any sooner?
Get everyone together. I've got some things to do today.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. Seriously, Bob, listen to me. 8 p.m.
tonight. 8 o'clock
okay,
at the
410.
At the
room 410. It hangs up.
410. And Bob is trying to remember the name of the hotel. He remembers 410. Hotel Chelsea. And I do not know where the ladies might be staying, but since they both live in New York, I would assume their own apartments or so. He would attempt to call Kathy since he knows that number. And he lets it ring and ring and ring.
Hello.
Morning, Kathy. You sound chipper as always.
What do you mean morning? Wait, it's morning? Oh, fuck.
Yes. You must have just gotten to bed. I'm sorry for waking you so early, but Jackson called. He's in trouble.
Of course he is.
Yeah, but you didn't hear the way he sounded. It made me a little concerned.
Okay,
but he wants us to meet us at the hotel, and I just drew an exact blank because I didn't finish writing it. Chelsea in room 410 at 8 o'clock. Important. I think we should get there earlier. Do you know Lyra's and Kathy's number? I mean, Katie's
I can contact Lyra for sure.
Yeah, she's. You know how me and her are. So
I'll call Lyra. And what time do you want to meet at the Hotel Chelsea?
7.
All right, 7 o'clock this evening. Yes.
And the way it sounds, preferably more sober than drunk.
I can imagine there's a number of hours between now and then. I will get on that. I will get on that assignment, sir.
But, I just want you at your best.
I'm always at my best, darling. I'm always at my best.
All
Got
right,
to go now.
Get some sleep.
Ciao, ciao. Let's phone down.
What does
Calls
chow
up
chow
Lyra.
mean? That's a dog.
So I call up Lyra, just like,
Lyra doesn't answer, but her assistant answers the phone.
hello.
Larry,
Yes.
you do the assistant.
Yes. How may I help? The madam is not at home at the moment. She has matters to attend to.
I'm sure she does. Can you leave a message?
Yes, of course.
Can you tell her to meet me and Bob at the Hotel Chelsea outside room 410 at 8 p.m.?
Yes, of course.
Can you also put a little note saying, this is a Jackson call. You can guess what's about to happen.
Yes, of course. Of course.
Thank you,
I
good
will
lady.
let the madam know. I am a sir, madam.
I do apologize. I will admit I've had a few to drink, and this line isn't the best. I apologize, good sir. Thank you very much for your time. Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Trash Goblin. Goodbye.
Trash Goblin?
Trash Goblin would not have been an acceptable slur in the 1920s.
I would have you know that if I am a trash goblin, I am the most delightful and amazing trash goblin that's ever lived, good sir. Good day. Slams the phone
Good day.
down.
Now all I see is Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Streets. Thanks.
Fuck. Right. Ryan, are you doing anything on the day of the 15th?
I would wander over to the hotel at some point, probably earlier in the day, and see if I can make contact with Jackson. I'm quite concerned with the sound of stress in his voice.
You get to the hotel. Do you ask at the reception, or do you just go upstairs, or what?
Well, I will at least ask to ring the room.
I'm sorry. Mr. Jackson left earlier this morning. Can I take a message?
Has anybody
from him?
returned? I'm supposed to meet with him this evening, but if you can tell him to contact Bob Robertson when he's got a moment.
Of course,
I'm
sir.
a little
Of course.
concerned with the conversation we had earlier today, just wanted to make sure things were going all right.
Of course, sir. I will tell him that as soon as he returns.
Thank
Where
you
can
very
he find
much.
you?
He should know well, I'm at the hotel and we never fill in blank. And
Okay, then I will let him know, sir.
all right. Thank you. And eventually he wanders around town just a little bit, seeing some of the sights, but not going too far from where he needs to be this evening.
The weather is extremely bad. It is freezing cold. The snow is falling, so you can barely see in front of yourself. So you won't be doing too much wandering like that without risking hypothermia.
Well, he would appropriately dressed for the season.
Of course, yeah.
And if not, he's semi-wealthy.
It depends how much you know of New York. The seeing sights is probably not the optimal thing, but if you go and speak to people you know or whatever, then you're probably all right.
Bob himself is from West Virginia, so he's familiar with the East Coast. So,
Lyra,
he's familiar with winter.
Lyra would probably close to the meeting time be taking her car towards the hotel. So if Bob's somewhere close by, she might pick him up.
Now you would need to arrange that beforehand. Remember, you don't have mobile phones or whatever.
Yeah, but I assume if he's like wandering close to the hotel, he'd just be like on the streets. Like there'd be a
The weather's so bad you wouldn't even be able to see him, and you wouldn't know to drive by and get him. It's not, you'd just
right,
drive
then
by
Lyra
on the off
just-
chance. It's a bit.
Then
I can pull out the winter clothing and I can dress just like Bob would.
Lyra just drives to the hotel shortly before the meeting.
Okay. Right, give me a drive
Bob.
while you're on your way, actually. I want to see if you...
I meant it more in the sense of having someone bring her there,
Okay,
not in the sense of actually
okay,
driving.
that's fine. And Kathy, are you doing anything before you get there?
I sleep for a few hours and I wake up and I decide to go check out a few of the papers and maybe even go to the library to see if I can do some reading on the Carlisle expedition. Just go through like previous old newspapers from the last few weeks. See if there's any mention of the Carlisle expedition.
Yeah, you're able to get, I'm not going to make you roll for it, but yeah, you get a fair amount of information there. It was quite high profile when it happened. So it won't be from the last few weeks, it'll be from the last year. Give me a wee second. So in 1919, the Carlisle expedition set off from New York to London, where renowned Egyptologist Sir Aubrey Penhew is assistant leader of the team and in charge of excavations. I should have read the whole thing, but never mind. So that's the one of the members. The Sir Aubrey Penhew has his own foundation. They went there to pick up some supplies and things before heading off to Egypt. They arrived in Cairo, I think, on the 3rd of July, 1919. Oh no, sorry, it would have been a little bit before that. I'll just read this here. Sir Aubrey Penhew, temporary spokesman for the Carlisle expedition, indicated Thursday that the leaders are taking ship to East Africa for a well-earned rest. Sir Aubrey debunked rumours that the expedition had discovered clues to the legendary wealth of lost mines of King Solomon, maintaining that the party was going on safari, in respite from our sandy labours. Roger Carlyle, wealthy New York leader of the expedition, was unavailable for comment, still suffering from his recent sunstroke. Discussing that unfortunate incident, local experts declared Egypt entirely too hot for Anglo-Saxons at this time of year, and suggested that the young American had not been well served by his democratic enthusiasm rumoured to have led him to personally wield pick and shovel. And then, a couple of months later, the Carlisle expedition is feared lost. Well, trekking through Kenya, they went missing. And at some point later, bodies were found, and and it's thought to have been the Carlisle expedition had been brutally murdered. Some local tribesmen were rounded up and hanged as the murderers.
Okay. Cool.
You can also see there that in 1920, the Erica Carlisle, the sister of what do you call him? Went to Africa to search a little bit, see if she could find
Carlisle.
him. Yes.
Okay. She went. They got justice by hanging a bunch of Kikuyu. No, a bunch of Kikuyu tribesmen helped her out, and they got justice by hanging a bunch of other tribesmen.
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Hey, Paco. How you doing, mate? Long time. So is there anything else you want to do?
She'll probably pop up and get a breakfast and a little bit of just like one half of the dog drink, and then head over to the hotel for 7.
So you arrive on time then?
Yeah, she gets a taxi. And all the way through in the taxi ride, she pays way too much money and says, you good gentlemen that do the taxis in this city should really think about a trade union. You didn't hear it from me.
He looks at you and kind of, no, ma'am, of course, ma'am. Then he looks at the tip. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Use that to get started, eh?
Yeah, yes, of course.
There's a good chap.
He drives off, leaving you in the snow outside the hotel. 3 of you meet in the lobby. Are you heading directly up?
Yep. Making sure the coat's loosened up and, somewhat shooken off of this melting snow. having wandered outside at the restaurant and nearby and stuff like that.
Almost being knocked down by Lara's driver as he skid in some ice. It's, she didn't even apologise, by the way. It's
And of course, I saw Lyra in the back, chauffeured.
Of course, as she waved
I
at you
laughed.
as she went past. The Hotel Chelsea's a fairly upmarket sort of place. You see the staff is staff is fairly diverse as well. It's not just all white people or all black people. It seems to be a fairly open sort of place, which not all hotels in the area are at that time. Do you go up to the desk? Do you go directly to the room? What is it you want to do?
I think Kathy would see someone that would have frequented this place a lot, so she'd probably go up to somebody who she recognises behind the desk and is just like, Tim! Oh, how are you doing, my good man?
Oh, Miss Bacon, so wonderful to see you. Are you staying with us again today?
Not today, just visiting an old friend in room 410. Do you know if he's there?
I don't know. Sorry. One Mr. Jackson Elias? Yes, he came back a couple of hours ago.
Wonderful, thanks, Tim. Hey, we should go for a drink sometime.
After last time, Miss Bacon, I will need to make sure my liver is feeling up to it.
I think waking up in New Jersey suits you.
But once is enough for most people. But again, if you need anything, Miss Bacon, please just let me know. I might not be your concierge at the moment, but I am your concierge. And he bows at you a little bit.
I don't know what to say at this point. Michelle doesn't know what to say.
Charmed, honoured.
Charmed! All right, gentlemen. All right, Lyra.
You
All
know
right, Bob,
people
he's
everywhere, don't you?
I get
Almost.
around.
All right, let's head up.
Also, everyone should hydrate as Cat redeemed some points. So drink, motherfuckers.
Okay, Tim is just one drinking. That is spectacular water
If
bottle.
someone spends a point, you really should do with the points. See, so you need to drink.
I
Anyway,
don't have a drink. Oh well.
you head upstairs. I'm taking it. I should have checked, but I think it'll be the 4th floor. You walk along the corridor. The rooms either side. That's the numbers. And you get to room 410. Give me a listen roll, please, everyone. So, do you knock on the door?
Yes,
Yeah, I
of
assume.
course, you know. Somebody would.
Yeah, Lyra knocks on the door.
Give me a wee thing, 'cause I forgot what happened. I've never thought you should fail that bloody roll. I'm so used
Well,
to No, you failed.
If I was closer with my luck points, you know, I would have taken it.
Yeah. Bastard
Same.
luck points, huh? You. Sorry about this. You knock, and it's silent. Then you hear a thud, and things being pushed
Try
out
the
of the
handle?
way. Door's locked.
Try the
Lyra
handle harder.
tries to like slam against it to open it.
Give me a strength roll, please.
Yes, give me. Sorry,
Didn't say
Bless you.
sneeze, I said a strength roll. God damn it. Gesundheit.
success.
Ew, but not, eh. You bang against the door, and you bang, and you bang. You nudge Robert out of the way. and the door flies open. And give me a sand roll, please, as you see Jackson Elias spread out on his bed, his guts ripped out, hanging down onto the floor.
I assume this is everyone.
42 success.
Nice. Yes, everyone, please.
Damn. 98 over 60.
You can both lose 2 points of sanity, please. As the horror of this, seeing your friend lying there, spread eagled on the bed, still wearing his shirt, his blood, his face a bloody mess, the intestines slipping out onto the sides of the bed. You can even smell it. Everything seems to slow down. You see someone's foot heading out of the window.
Chase towards the window and yell to one of them to call for the police or ambulance or whatever it is in the 20s.
Lyra runs right after Rob as well.
Who has the highest dex? Give me your dex scores.
I also run after them.
60.
70.
70.
Right, so Rob and Kathy are first. Rob, you'd said you were running to the window and shouting at them to call the police or the ambulance, whatever. You see, as you reach the window, curtains flying open, snow's coming down. You see 3 men almost at the bottom of the fire escape.
I pull out my pistol and just start shooting.
Right. Because of the weather, because the fire escape, it's going to be a hard roll.
I get it. I just have nothing better to do, and that's 4 flights down. I'm not jumping. So.
All right. I will, whilst he's doing that, I will run out the room and try and go down and out the back, try and get down to the bottom of the fire escape.
You want to get down to the bottom? Give me an athletics roll then.
I can't find athletics on here.
Might not be athletics. Give me
what are you trying to do?
Dexterity?
Just give me a dex roll.
I'd like to spend 7 luck, if that's okay, to make that into a success.
You could also use the climb skill, but that's not.
I know, but she's going inside, not outside.
Actually, can't I just push it instead?
You can push it, yes.
That's worse. That's
you
worse.
Fall down the stairs.
Right, minute. So you fall down the stairs. You can take a point of damage as you trip. As you're getting there, you're down almost at the ground floor, and you trip and fall, twisting your ankle. Lyra, what are you doing as Kathy runs down the stairs?
Lyra is right after Bob and kind of runs past him trying to hurry down the fire escape.
Can you give me a
I'm trying to also
or climb
with the guns. I'm trying to keep them contained so they don't run right down our way. I rolled a 55. It isn't good enough to hit anybody.
No, it's not. But well, with that failure, Lyra, 87 over 60, you managed to get out onto the the fire escape. You're making it down, and if you give me a luck roll, you might be able to see the car as it drives off.
Hard success, 22 over 55.
You see a black what you call it car? I can't remember the names of them. But the
black.
Yep, a black car, yeah. But you managed to with a hard success, you managed to make out the license plate of it, and it's NYKL7.
What, sorry?
The license plate number is NYKL7, and you see, Lyra, as you're just making it to the bottom, that these 3 people. And given the fact it's a hard success, well, like you see, there was 2 black guys and a white guy. wearing, you're able to get it just as they're getting in. You don't see faces or anything, but you also see they're wearing some kind of bandana around their heads. And they jump in the car and it screeches off. You see the back swing out into the ice and it's off. By now, people are screaming. They've heard the gunshot. What you're doing? Kathy, there's people coming to help you. Stand up.
I'm
Okay.
running back to Jackson to make sure he is dead, or see if he's dead now that...
He is dead.
Okay. I figured he was going to be there soon if he wasn't already, so...
Thank you, Kat. Yeah,
I tell
he
people.
is...
Um,
Sorry, hold
where
on.
where exactly is Lyra again? Is she at the bottom of the fire escape, or is she still on the
She's at
fire?
the bottom. But Kathy, what were you saying? Sorry.
I tell people, my friend has been killed in his hotel room, and 3 men have left the scene. Last I saw them, they were going down the fire escape.
Rob, I put something in Discord for you. You see on Jackson's head, carved into it, like parentheses, and then a star made out of lines carved into his head. I want you to make a constitution roll, actually, as you're standing over your friend whose guts are being ripped out. Oh, God. 97 over 80. You pull back. You don't puke on the body, but you need to go to the window to get air, pull yourself away.
Yep.
Um,
That's what I figured. Yeah,
Kathy?
they hit the stomach when they were gutting him, so it smells extra rancid.
Yes.
In intestines. So.
Kathy, you are asking me for help as they're coming to help you up. Some of them even recognise you. Miss Becky, no. My friend's dead. And it takes a minute for people to kind of understand. And then there's a flurry of activity. The concierge guy comes over and is trying to help you up, and someone else is calling the police. Lyra, would you say you were doing?
Lyra's still standing in the alley while Bob decides to hurl out the window.
He doesn't puke. He just almost. I didn't.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that to you. I'm not that evil. You did get a hard. You did get a hard look as well. So, the wind is blowing. It's freezing cold. I think you'd taken your jacket off when you went in. You're starting to feel it in your fingers and your nose.
She kind of walks out the alley and turns the corner to see, just like she saw in what direction the car drove, right?
Yes, but not for too far.
Yeah, she just kind of looks down the road to just kind of remember the name of the street, and heads back to the hotel lobby, and sees the people, I assume, kind of around Cassie, and walks over.
So as Lyra approaches, I'm just saying to people, normally I would do autographs, but my friend has just been violently killed and the perpetrators are getting away. Would someone please call the police?
They're
as much
long
as I hate
gone.
to say that.
They're long gone.
Oh, Lyra, what happened? Did you see anything?
They got into a car. It sped off. It sped down the road. I was able to catch a license plate, but they're gone.
That's better than nothing. We have a lead at least.
All right. We should head back up to the room. We should probably have a look around before the cops show up.
I'm not going to be able to make it up there on this ankle, but I'll run distraction down here. You go up and do whatever you can before the pigs get here.
All right. Lyra heads up to the room.
Or use the elevator.
So I immediately start using my acting skills to start like crying and saying as much weird shit as I can to try and attract more of the attention onto me, which is something I'm very, very accustomed and very good at. I'll have you know. Try and make sure that nobody can disturb Bob and Lyra upstairs.
Bob is taking a few deep breaths and feeling a little better. The cold air from the outside and the snow hitting his face. He ducks back in and he's going to look around the room just to see what might be there.
Right.
Any clues, not necessarily other than the marking on the forehead, obviously, but he's not going to be looking at the body too much right now. It makes him still.
Give me a spot hidden roll. You're going to find some things, but the better you do, the more things you will find.
Both of us, or just Bob?
Just Bob at the moment he's up there. You might get to make one. That is a
Bob
fucking
is still
spectacular
shooken up.
failure.
Yep.
84.
It's not my strength, but
What you do come across though is a small. You're kind of a bit disoriented over this. You know, you did also lose some sanity from it. You are. Your friend's dead. The smell is still getting to you. You're looking around and you see just on the bed beside Jackson's hand a small red matchbook. Stumbling Tiger Bar, Shanghai Fun and Friends. I'll give you the handout for it later. But as you're picking that up, Lyra, you come into the room. You see the body. I want you to give me a Constitution roll as well.
do better than Bob so you can rub his face in it. Nope.
Failure.
70 for 50. So you also the things just get you the smell as it really is. Even from all the things you've seen before, you know, you've seen dead bodies before. You were part of attacks and everything else, but it's a freshly dead body of your friend. There's something carved into his face. There's blood all over the sheets soaking in. It's an absolute mess. But you can also give me a spot hidden now. Fucking hell. And Cathy decided to stay downstairs, so no one else is going to fight it. Oh, man.
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Well, I mean, you can spend the luck to get yourself down to 58. So
it doesn't mean we have to be neat. It doesn't mean we have to be neat about the rest of our searching. We can just say that's what they did.
You know what? Screw it.
You could push it. I could let you both push it, but if anyone feels anything, if anyone feels it, then what's going to happen is some evidence will be destroyed. I think that sounds fair.
All right, I'll push it.
And
push it real good.
What do I have to do to push it? It's a hard roll, right?
No, it's just a roll. Just a normal roll.
Okay.
Another chance to succeed or fail.
Come on.
Now you could spend 10.
No, you can. You can spend luck on a push roll.
Push. No.
You, what would be a good one to destroy? Okay, I'm not telling you what's destroyed. I'm just destroying it.
Sorry, folks.
Right, Rob, you can push. I mean, the police can find clues later. Whether or not you're able to get them is another matter. But if you want, you can
why
push.
not? Why not?
I've never seen so much red in roll 20 since probably the last time we played. Every fucker fails.
I'm playing with you, so
flip the switch, please.
No. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Right, 70 over 39. This is going absolutely wonderfully. It's going to be really easy for them to follow all the fucking clues that they don't find.
I mean, don't I still have a reroll?
Oh, wait a minute. Did everyone had a reroll? I think because Taya subscribed last time. And if any of you are watching and haven't subscribed yet and have a Prime sub, then please do so because it would be really helpful. Thank you very much.
It'd be really helpful for us because we get a reroll.
We still love you. No, you've all got one reroll anyway because of Taya.
Thanks, Taya.
Thanks, Taya.
Not that Taya, the other Taya. Oh,
Taya.
Wait a minute. The wonderful three-eyed cat just gave us 300 bits. Yeah, so 100 bits is one advantage on a roll. So they can be taken. But yeah, for right away, you can take all your... all of you have one reroll. And the bits I will make a note of just now.
I just made my reroll and failed.
Oh, come on, bro.
That one's not a push, though. So, Lyra, would you like to use your reroll? I know we're spending a lot of time on this. I would just like you to get some clues.
I would too. And that's why, yeah. Yes! Yes!
Success. Okay.
Hallelujah.
I will also try one of my rerolls, or the.
You only have no. Your reroll. You just use your reroll.
Oh, I thought you said an advantage, which is not.
No,
Well,
that needs to be called before you roll. To use the advantage, there's 3. You need to call it before.
Never mind. He got a hard
roll.
success.
Yeah, but you can all thank the 3-eyed cat for that. So, as you're rummaging around the room, right, and this is where after this we're going to cut back to Kathy as the police are arriving. You find a letter, first of all, just on the bedside table, folded up and very so fairly nice writing. It looks like it's from Robert Carlyle to someone called Robert Carlyle from someone called Warren Bessar. Although if you're American, it'll be Bessart. Sorry, Americans, I do apologize.
What was that last name again?
Bessar, Bessart.
Thank you.
Right underneath the letter, there is a business card, which is elegantly. I can actually give you these as well in the things. What do you call it? So an elegantly. Give me a second. So first of all, I will give you the letter. So an elegantly engraved business card, yeah, for one Edward Gavigan, from the Penhew Foundation.
Lyra gives it a quick look and kind of pockets it quickly.
Okay, there are. I will give you 2 more things because one of the things was destroyed. Sorry if I'm making this slow down a good bit, but there is a typewritten letter. This is all, let's just say for convenience sake, this is all kind of piled up. They're maybe falling onto the floor as the murderers push things around. There's another typewritten letter from one Miriam Arkwright. And within, where is it? Hold on a wee second, sorry. 1 or 2.
All right, I'm gonna ask my fellow castmates, 1 or 2.
Bob
Tim
says 2.
Bob
2.
says 2. 2? Okay, 2.
You find sticking out of books or books below the ground, and it is what do you call it? Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find this. So it's a book called A History of Warfare of Science and Theology in Christendom, and it's open at the page, the chapter 14, From Fetish to Hygiene. And there's a handbill in there that says, "Tonight only, the Cult of Darkness in Polynesia and Southwest Pacific, a 2-hour lecture with slides delivered by Professor Anthony Cowles, PhD, of the University of Sydney, Australia, and presently Loxley Fellow of Polynesian Esoterica at Miskatonic University, Arkham. Tonight only, 8 p.m.
Lyra grabs everything, all the clues she can, and hastily stuffs them into her satchel.
We can go over the letters after, because I'm taking you're not taking the time to read it just now.
Exactly.
And we will jump right back down to Kathy. Kathy, you've started to lay the groundwork for distracting the police as they got there. So give me an acting roll, please.
Will do. Once I've saved these bits of evidence you've just given me, you just gave for the audience. Marc has very, very helpfully given us loads of evidence, which will be very useful. I just need to put them somewhere so I don't forget that they're there. Right. Oh, there's 2 more now. So much evidence.
I'm
If we
going
don't solve this, then we're fools.
I am I'll put it all into roll 20 anyway. And sorry if anyone watching if that's kind of slowed things down. I was, yeah, really
Right.
not.
So I'm
apologizing.
doing I'm basically
Let me
police
apologize.
arriving, and I'm doing I'm running distractions. So what would I need to roll if I go?
Give me your acting. That'll be enough for the moment.
So I run up to them. Well, I sort of hobble towards them and just say, "Oh, thank God you're here! It's so horrible. My friend has been disemboweled in his hotel room. Oh God, please hold me!" Like
They kind of look at each other. Disemboweled, man. So roll acting for me.
Success. 48 under 74.
Ooh, 48 and 74. They are enraptured by you right away. They're right, but of course, man, we'll help you. It's okay, please, it's all right. We're here to help. We're the actual New York police force has only been about now for about 20, maybe 30 years. So it's still kind of new. They comfort you. They're listening to you. They're wanting you to show them the room, but help you as you're hobbling along.
Okay, I try to be as slow as I can, really milking the hobbling part and just occasionally stopping and just sobbing more to try and give Bob and Lyra as much time as possible before the filth pollutes the scene, as it were.
Wait a minute, how much would you need? So it's 74, half of 74 would be 37. If you spend 11 luck, you can keep them for long enough to let Lyra get all that stuff in her pocket without being seen. Otherwise, they will have a chance of seeing that she's taken something.
I will go down to 49 luck to do that.
Sounds good. As they're taking you upstairs, they're thinking you're being hysterical and they're being very conciliatory. The concierge is coming up behind you. Miss Bacon, don't worry. I will make sure you're okay. If you would like to, I'll make sure you're able to get back to your hotel. Please, and the police like, it's okay, sir. We've got it from here. Blah blah blah.
I give a knowing look to Timmy. He knows me very well. He understands what I'm trying to do.
Timmy smiles. You introduced him to his boyfriend. You keep it hush hush, so he knows you very well.
Wait, he's got a boyfriend?
Yeah, you introduced him.
Ah, okay. So we are very good friends.
Yes.
It's the 20s.
Yes.
Okay, I love it.
Because I've decided how to fuck you up some more, so anyway.
So yeah, I guess I'll just do more of the whole, oh God, I've never seen anything like it. His guts are hanging out. My damn ankle. Oh, for fucking sake. Oh God, please don't tell the press I said that word. I'll never work again in this town or any other town. Oh God, it's all got a bit much. Ah.
You keep them enough that by the time they're up, both Bob and Lyra are able to be standing outside of the room. But I will give one roll for something for them to notice if I find my D10s. And do they fuck? Sir, ma'am, please step out of the way. This is a crime scene. And as soon as one of them goes in, you hear a retching and a splash as the vomit hits the floor. And suddenly,
I didn't do that.
Everything gets kind of chaotic here, and they're still talking to you, but there's the one kind of hovering. And says his friend goes in and looks, doesn't puke, but looks like he might do. Right, clear the way. And they're moving you to the side. I am really shit with police stuff because I just don't think about it very much. So they try to keep you calm. They send someone out within about 20-25 minutes of you guys twiddling your thumbs, picking your noses, whatever. I don't care.
I try to sneak away and walk away while they're distracted as often as I can.
You want to go away completely? Then give me a stealth roll to see if you can make it out. But remember, people at the hotel know you're here.
Yeah, he's not trying to hide. He's not really trying to hide it. He's just trying to leave.
Okay, no,
I
they
need
say
fresh air.
repeatedly.
He's telling. I need fresh air. I can't be up here.
No, they tell
That
you
was just.
repeatedly, sir, you have to wait. Please, the lieutenant's on the way. Please wait. Please, we need to have words. We need to get your statements. Did you discharge your firearm, sir?
I have tried to. Yes, I tried to
Okay,
shoot one of them as they were leaving because I saw them running out the window.
you missed the bastard. Can you tell me what they look like?
He'll describe as best he can, remembering.
You didn't really get to see all that much. They
He'll
were,
describe dress. He did
yeah.
get to see that. He says, "I stood up here," and he'll describe what he saw.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So you described the clothing that wasn't like too shabby or anything, but you could see they had kind of long. You're an explorer, Bob. How often have you been in Africa? Would you say?
Probably have been.
Hmm.
He worked on expeditions, so.
You would recognise actually the knife that they had as a panga, a weapon from Kenya.
Okay.
So it's quite a distinct sort of knife. I'll get you a picture of it soon. You also would have noticed, or maybe Lyra said to you, about the red rags tied around their heads.
I would try to keep, that's up to Lyra to let me know if she said, but otherwise, yes, he would maybe share that.
But you might see, because you just saw them jumping out the window, so you wouldn't have seen it yourself.
Yep.
I don't think. The knife
Yep.
you would have seen.
So we really hadn't had time to chat amongst ourselves much more, so I don't know if I would know that information.
Well, they're asking Lyra as well, so.
Lyra would share as much as she knows, but also kind of say, like, she didn't really see exactly. She can't be 100% sure, but like one or two of the men was African American, the other one was what was it, Caucasian?
Yeah.
And I will tell them that I'll give them the license plate number. Like, I'll be very cooperative with that.
Yeah. Just sorry, a wee side note here, because I just said that for a minute. In the 1920s in the US and now as well, there's obviously a fuck ton of racism. I will not be playing any of that racism, not directly. You might get attitudes from people, but I will not be using any slurs or anything else. Just so it's clear. The racism is there. I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not against this, but I will not be doing any racist shit to roleplay.
I'm guessing, yeah, we're a pretty white group.
Okay, Chris.
That's like, it makes sense that we probably shouldn't be slinging around slurs that may be era appropriate.
Chris isn't white.
Yeah, I said pretty white group.
Well, I wouldn't say pretty. I would say attractive, but not pretty. You know I
Don't
love
worry about it.
If you see the shit that Chris and I get into together, it's just unbelievable. So don't worry about it. We know.
I've heard about your parties.
Careful.
And yes, if you're in New York, you would assume African American. You wouldn't immediately jump to African.
But they were holding
we'd note the skin
knife.
color. So, and the specific knife, and we had the red bandana, so I would be able to piece a few African connections together.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that after you've got a chance to kind of calm down.
Yep.
The police question you, Kathy, about what you've seen. And sorry, Chris, I didn't mean to cut you off there. I wanted to make sure that was clear because, I am pretty white. And by pretty, I mean, I'm just a bit see-through. Yeah. So, Kathy, the question you, but you don't you laugh at me. You don't really have as much to give them. They do give you first aid though, and you can take back that hit point that you lost.
Oh, wonderful!
Yeah, they split up your foot and stuff. And after 20 minutes, half an hour, a kind of stocky, well built guy he's got an overcoat, but he takes it off, and he's got the kind of trench coat and a hat on. Walks over to you, talks shortly with the police, with the officers, and then comes over to you three. I think you three are staying together at this point, or?
We are together probably at this point discussing, since we came together, we can't hide that fact. So,
Yeah. That would be kind of silly of you.
yep.
So this
I
man
just
walks up to
trying to
you.
make.
You can see, he's not old, but he's starting to get older. He's fairly heavy set. You can tell that he used to be very muscly, but he seems to be kind of going to fat. His suit's quite neat and well kept, but doesn't fit very well. It's not a tailored suit or anything. His skin is you would think it would maybe be tanned, but it's not. He's not. He's definitely white, but his skin is very dark complexion to him. His hair's slicked back. Yeah. And Lieutenant Poole, Martin Poole. I'm terribly sorry to have lost of your friend. If you could maybe stay with me for a few minutes. I know you've spoken to my colleagues, but I would just like to have a quick word. If you don't mind, let me check in the room, and I'll come back, and then you can all get back to your homes or wherever you're staying.
Sorry, do you have a badge? Are you a detective?
Yes, ma'am. And he's right back. I'm a big fan, Miss Bacon.
Charmed.
Now, if you'll just wait a moment, please give the officers the details of where you're staying. And he walks into the room, and you can see, Jesus Christ. And he's in there for a few minutes. We don't need no stinking badge. Oh, that's fucking terrible. Anyway, sorry. He comes out after a few minutes, wiping the sweat from his brow. And you see him talk to the officers again, quite animatedly. If you want to give me a listen roll, any and all of you.
I do.
I will
Fail.
spend the 10.
What did you say about 10?
11.
I will spend the 10 luck points.
Oh, okay. I didn't see your roll.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, I do see your roll.
44.
Sorry. No, I do. Yeah, oh my God, you people
44
are
over 33.
Right, so you spend your 11 luck, and you hear him say, like the other victims. That's all you hear. After a few moments, he comes over to the three of you. The officers have already got your statements. How did you know the victim, Mr. Jackson?
We had worked together a few years ago in Peru.
And what
We went
exactly
on an
was it you did?
expedition.
I
We
pull
were
out the invite.
part of an expedition back then. We had been looking for something. Unfortunately, we didn't find it. But we had stayed in touch over the years, and he had invited us to come visit him since he was in New York.
We
Bob,
were on quite the adventure.
are you wanting to show them the invite, the thing that says about the Carlisle expedition?
I put my hand on the invite on the telegram that Bob's pulling out and just look at him like,
Bob slowly puts it back.
you just invited us round to, we were going to go out on the town tonight. Old friends catching up, sharing some old war stories from the expedition.
Well, I'm terribly sorry for your loss. Could you tell me a little bit about Mr. Jackson? He's not native to New York, so any information you can give me would be very helpful.
He was a journalist.
He wrote several books.
I will look into that. Thank you very much. Can you think of anyone who might have had a problem with Mr. Jackson?
If you've read some of his books, you would understand he's probably made some enemies along the way.
What sort of enemies would these be?
And,
Probably other journalists who were jealous of his success.
He laughs. I usually see a journalist as being the murdering sort, but I will definitely keep my eye
You haven't
open
been a
there.
leading lady in Hollywood,
Yeah.
darling. They're vicious. The press are vicious.
I
Mr.
believe one of them was called Sons of Death. And
Sons of Death.
The Wing of Terror. Analyzing several cults and cultures throughout history.
Cults, you say? Very interesting.
He seems somewhat of a specialist in that. But that's something fairly common knowledge.
I see. Well, I won't keep you. I know I was going to say Miss Jackson, but no, I couldn't. I'm very sorry, Miss Jackson. Oh God.
I would like to try and charm him.
Yeah, feel
Charm
free.
Lieutenant Martin Poole.
You can give me a charm. That could get you some interesting information. You tell me what you're going to say to him to charm him.
Well, it's a success, so I just basically shake my hair out of him, just saying, Lieutenant Poole, it would mean the world to me if you could tell me, has there been any sign that the people who committed this vicious act have committed other acts similar in this city?
He looks at you for a moment.
I unbutton the top button of my dress and just, a little bit.
Oh, poor Lieutenant Poole. Well, ma'am, it's not really something that I think we should share with the fairer sex. No offense.
Don't worry, I may be fair, but I'm also very firm.
You see him blush a little bit.
Maybe we should talk more about this over a drink tonight.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't drink on the job. Do you want the
Doesn't have to be
information or
booze.
not? If you keep talking, you're not going to get the information.
Oh, sorry.
I would like to point out, right now in the 1920s, between 1920 to 1933 is prohibition. Drinking is illegal in the United States.
I wouldn't dare to suggest that we would go for an alcoholic beverage, Lieutenant, but you do like to live dangerously, don't you?
How good was your charm, actually? Was it a hard success or just a normal one?
It was a 36 under 60.
And do you mention the alcohol?
I didn't mention alcohol, I just said a drink.
Yeah. Looks at the three of you. Well, since you are friends of Mr. Jackson, look, this job can be difficult. There is... I tell you what, how about you all meet me for breakfast tomorrow? I think there might be something I could share with you there.
Lyra would like to double up on the charm.
He's already offering to meet you for breakfast. What do you want to do? Him get in his pants? Like, he's a roll.
I look over at Kathy and go, breakfast might be early.
Can I roll?
You can certainly roll. Tell me what you're going to say, though.
Ah!
What do you say to him? What do you say to him?
I look at him and I say, Detective. Lieutenant, sorry. I think we have more urgent things than to discuss our friend's death over waffles and pancakes.
Well, Miss Denocti, you have no need to attend. In fact, it might be better if you don't. Miss Bacon, Mr. Robinson, I will. He looks at the Dinksy Hotel. If it's okay, we'll meet at Miss Bacon's hotel in the morning for breakfast. I have some things I would like to share with you.
Including my room number, where I will be all night.
He blushes again.
I roll my eyes.
I see.
Just in case you think you might be late for breakfast in the morning, it might do well to be there already.
I'm about to make you feel that for this, but the guy is not having it. He's a very kind of straight-laced sort of dude.
I demand the right to roll.
No roll here. It's time for. There's more police coming. Things are getting cordoned off. There's people coming to check. There's people coming for the body. You are all in the way. And you all head off. Are you going directly back to your hotels? Are you talking together first? What's going on?
I would start talking as soon as we got clear. I don't know how we're moving to a location.
I
call
suggest
the
we go
cab?
back to the rotting fish.
Lyra suggests a diner around the corner that she knows.
It's probably the smarter choice, but not as much
I'm
fun.
really,
It's dark.
really
It's
not ready to
extremely cold.
eat.
The weather is terrible. It's about 9 p.m. by now,
Yeah.
if not later.
There's a diner around the corner. It's very small. It's open 24 hours.
No, it's not. This is New York in the 1920s.
There were
Yes.
still diners that were open.
24 hours like that.
Yes.
Okay. If you say so.
Try me. Use your imagination.
It's a rainforest cafe. No, you go. The diner's open. There's no one else there. There's one standing behind the counter, looking kind of tired. She's wiping absent-mindedly. What can I get you, hon?
Some coffee, please, and
Sure, coming right up.
I'll have a slice of the pie.
Which pie, dear?
The blueberry.
Sorry, but I'll acknowledge him. Yeah, brings you a slice of blue pie. And you, honey? Can I get you anything?
Can I have a coffee with something else in it that you don't like to advertise? And I push forward like a $20 bill, which is probably like worth $1,000 in today's
That's fucking shitloads. She looks at you. I'll see what I can find.
Thanks, darling.
The coffee and pie sounds fine if you have apple.
I'll see what we have. It's the end of the day. We might have a couple of slices left. Although we are 24 hours, so we're probably making more pie for certain customers. Because they like things like... Sorry, Chris. And yes, the rotten fish will be a speakeasy. Hence the name rotten fish. It makes it less appetizing. Coffee is brought. Kathy, yours has a dollop of some unknown, extremely strong liquor in it. I'll be right over here if you need anything else. You get your pie.
Would you have a pen or some pencils?
Sure thing, hon. And she brings you over a couple of pencils. One of them looks like it's been gnawed on quite a bit.
Right,
That's
first thing first, everyone. Have I lost my touch? I thought I had that man for sure.
Oh no, trust me, he's such a jerk.
Look, the dude's investigating a murder. You're going...
Yeah, but why does he have to wait till fucking breakfast to fucking answer a few questions that friends might have about their dead buddy?
Because he doesn't have any answers about your... Look, no, I'm the keeper here. I'm not doing this shit. You can speak in your own head. But no, why the fuck would he?
Well, maybe he's busy. Maybe he's got to clean up the vomit of those unprofessional pigs that arrived at the scene. Did you hear that? I heard it from downstairs.
You were there beside them. They brought you...
Everyone. Did you see that man empty himself all over the crime scene?
You have that. I saw you put stuff in your purse, Lyra. What did you find?
Lyra kind of crams in her bag and takes out the kind of crumpled sheets in the book and kind of just places it on the table. Let's see. So we have this business card. It's for a Mr. Edward Gavigan from the Pennew Foundation in London.
Well, this is interesting. The invite tonight only. The Cult of Darkness in Polynesia and the Southwest Pacific. A 2-hour lecture with slides delivered by Professor Anthony Cowles, PhD, of the University of Sydney.
What is that night, though, is my question I was thinking.
It says tonight only, 8 p.m.
Which night is tonight? It's already 9 or 10 o'clock at night.
What time is it now?
It's about 10
Well,
o'clock
we
at night,
got
probably,
there.
let's see.
We got there at 8. Remember, we were meeting him at 8 at his hotel room.
I thought we were meeting him at 7. Because we
No, I
were
told you
supposed to meet him at
we would
8,
meet.
but we arrived at 7.
Yes, but there's been
Yeah.
quite a while there with the police and being questioned and everything else.
Oh yeah, that wasn't the thing I was questioning. Okay. Well, it's pretty clear.
I'm just trying to say is the event that they're stating there on that pamphlet from tonight or previous night.
I guess
You'll have
we'll have
to
to go to the university tomorrow to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was clutching this matchbook, and he pulls out the matchbook when I found him, and he
I'll
also
give you a picture of that. Let me see.
and then he will also take either a napkin or open the book, and in the inside cover, if it's a plain thing, draw the symbol he saw on the forehead.
And if anyone wants, they can read that letter from Miriam Atwright.
Yep. What's this? Dear Mr. Elias, the book about which you inquired is no longer in our collection. The information you seek may be found here in other volumes. If you will contact me upon arrival, I will be most happy to further assist you. As always, Miriam Atwright, Harvard. So he was looking for a book, I guess.
Yeah, we should maybe. This was dated November 7th. Is that a recent, Mark?
This is January the 15th, 25.
So only 2 months.
So it's only been about a few weeks, a little over under 2 months.
You have the one other letter, by the way. If you want, I can read it because the writing is things, but if someone else wants to, they are more than welcome to.
The one in cursive?
Yes. Third of March, 1919, Cairo, Egypt. Dear Mr. Carlyle, your lawyer informed me that you seek certain knowledge of this land and its distant past, and I believe I can aid you in this regard. Inquiries in the old quarter have identified one Faraz Najjar in the Street of Jackals, who claims to be in possession of singular curios, which he believes will be of great interest to you. He is prepared to part with these items if a suitable price can be agreed upon, and I shall endeavour to make sure that matters are arranged to your satisfaction. Yours, Monsieur Warren Bissar.
So Jackson was looking into the Carlisle expedition.
Well,
And
looks like we got a couple of people to ask about books he was interested in.
Makes perfect sense. I popped by the library this afternoon and read as much as I could from the newspaper clippings, and I got the feeling that there was rumours going around that the Carlisle expedition did not suddenly take a break because of apparent heat stroke to go on a safari, which, when you say it out loud, that makes no sense at all, because the sun would still be at the safari. There was rumours that they were trying to they found clues to a certain treasure, King Solomon's mines, or the treasure from King Solomon's mines, and maybe other treasures of more biblical proportions. So that does sound like something that would be right up Jackson's alley. May he rest in peace.
Yes. What can we look at while we're here in New York?
Can I ask, dear Keeper, about that book? Because I didn't write any of that stuff down, and I can't remember anything about it. The book that was found at the scene.
Where the Cult of Darkness thing was found.
Yeah.
That was a history of warfare of science with theology in Christendom, and the chapter is From Fetish to Hygiene.
History of science and warfare.
A history of warfare, a history of the warfare of science with theology in Christendom. From fetish to hygiene.
History of the warfare of science. Okay. You might need to write that out in a message for me later.
I will.
Thank you. Bob, this book appears to be more your kind of thing than mine. What can you tell us about it?
The book they wouldn't have.
I will.
Oh, the book was just left at the scene.
Yes.
Okay.
No,
The
would
book's
be
not
interesting
important.
to have.
Nah, it's not interesting.
Sorry, I didn't know. It sounded interesting to me.
No, the name is interesting. The name, but the book itself.
It's more of a flavour thing.
Yeah.
So we know roughly that he was looking into a bunch of stuff. Okay, so what do we all think?
Bob's going to lay down the matchbook. This is one place, at least in town here, we can look at. We can investigate the library.
No, the matchbook is in Shanghai.
Oh, so it's not even... Okay. We haven't investigated that far. Okay.
As in Shanghai
This is
in China.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we can maybe find out about this lecture that was at 8 o'clock. He had it marked. We can find out about the book from the Harvard Miriam. And we could also find out about what book they were looking at from Miss Warren Bessette.
Monsieur
Her writing
Warren
is
Bessart. French.
French.
Warren's not a
Or
French name.
Francais. People in from France can be called Warren. Use your imagination.
Imagination.
So let me just get this all straight. This letter from 2019, this letter from 1919, from Warren Bessart. You have a letter from a letter with a Harvard University on it. That's in Boston, if I'm not mistaken. Got a book. We have the lecture at the university. This card from the director of the Penn Hugh Foundation on the Tottenham Court Road. I know the Tottenham Court Road very well. Matchbook from Shanghai. This is all rather compelling, don't you think? I think this is the start
How
of
do
another
they all
adventure.
fit together? But we should at least... What can we check tomorrow? Other than meeting with your police officer friend for breakfast.
Well, the university is in New York, so we can definitely go there. We may be able to find someone there who could tell us about Harvard. Maybe somebody who has a connection at Harvard, maybe. Because that is definitely not in New York. We could try and look up more information about this Warren Bessart fellow who... I mean, you'd think I would have heard of this man, but I've never heard that name before.
He mentions, didn't he have a lawyer in one of these? Or did I miss here?
Inquiries in the Old Quarter have identified one Fares, does that say?
Faraz Najjar.
Faraz Najjar in the Street of Jackals. Is there a
That
Street
sounds
of
like-
Jackals in New York City, or is this from further afield? Is this in
It says there this one Cairo.
Oh, it says it
Cairo.
right there. Well, I guess we should make a plan. What I could do is I could maybe, after meeting with the lieutenant, I could head down to the university and try and use my celebrity to try and get more information about this talk.
Well, I'm
Or
not
maybe find
welcome at the meeting anyway, so I head to the university a bit earlier and maybe have a conversation with what's her face, Miss Atwright.
No, she's at Harvard, Boston. You wouldn't be able to meet there in the morning. The for the talk by Professor Anthony Cowles. That was at New York University.
Oh, yeah. Then I would head to New York, NYU, and check out that talk when it happened and if there's like anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, why don't you accompany Lyra to the university? I have a feeling that if I meet the lieutenant alone, maybe I can make something happen.
By something happen, what exactly do you mean, Cassie?
Sleep with him for information, darling.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more complicated. Okay.
It's never more complicated. A good friend of ours has been murdered tonight. There is nothing I won't do to try and get to the bottom of this. And if that means sleeping with a lieutenant in the new New York Police Department, then so be it.
Would have never
I'm
imagined.
willing to make that sacrifice.
I'm not going to say that.
Well, my divorce came through a number of years ago. I'm free to do whatever I want with myself.
Well, if that is the way you want to get the information, I guess I could accompany Lyra. You sure you don't want somebody to make sure you're okay? To accompany you?
Don't worry.
Lyra's better with a gun.
I flash my pistol. I know how to handle things when things go bad.
The woman screams and drops her coffee pot.
I only pull it out of my purse a little bit.
You didn't say you should pull out your pistol.
Oh, darling, it's just for self-defense. You know what it's like to be a woman in this city.
Of course. And she's quickly cleaning it up.
I stand up and I give her another $20.
Really no gun laws in the U.S. in the 1920s, just so you know. Automatic
there were
weapons
gun
can
laws.
be owned.
Yeah, because it's mentioned in the book. There are definitely gun laws in the 1920s.
I give her another $20 for your trouble and your discretion.
Just wasn't an NRA yet. No, there wasn't. Probably.
Well, Three-Eyed Cat has a very good suggestion there. Have you tried simply asking for the information?
That's going to come first. He might come second.
So,
I will accompany Lyra in the morning. Are you going to be able to get up for breakfast, Kathy?
I got up today, didn't I?
About 3 hours after I called you.
I had business to attend to. I went to the library. I brushed up on this Carlisle expedition because I had a feeling that things were going to get more complicated than how it appeared. So I wanted to know everything I could. And guess what? I was correct. You worry about you waking up in the morning. I'll worry about me waking up in the morning.
That is fine. We will see you in the morning or after we're done. Don't wear out the poor officer. He needs to be able to do his job.
Let's meet at Bob's Hotel tomorrow after your breakfast date and our expedition.
So,
sounds like a plan.
You all head off to your various hotels. And the night passes. Take it you don't drink too much that night, Kathy.
Only a few.
Only a few. And we'll deal with Kathy first then. Well, actually, before that, you wake up, all of you, as you're getting ready, the newspaper thrown at your door. And in one corner, there's a headline, "Author murdered by brutal killers. Body found in Hotel Chelsea. Possible connection to Harlem murders," by Rebecca Schoenberg. Manhattan, New York, January 15. Author Jackson Elias has been found murdered in his Chelsea hotel room. The killers are reported to have used long knives to butcher their victim. Lieutenant Marc of the murder squad stated that he is exploring possible connections between the murder and similar slings in Harlem last year. Local resident Hilton Adams was convicted of Harlem murders in October last and is awaiting execution in Sing Sing. Lieutenant Poole offered no opinion whether this new murder indicates that Adams had accomplices or is innocent of the earlier crimes.
Sorry, what was the full name of the guy in Sing Sing?
Hilton Adams. Kathy Bacon, main suspect. Yep, definitely.
What, Kathy Bacon, main suspect?
Yep. That's from chat.
But she's a dainty lady who was too emotional at the scene to be a murderer.
Sure, Jen. So, at 9 o'clock, you get a call that there is a lieutenant pool waiting for you down in the restaurant.
I've already been up an hour, and I've basically made myself out to be the most beautiful I possibly can with my makeup supplies. Best dress that I have on me, in my New York apartment. So I go downstairs to meet him.
You have an apartment or you're at the hotel?
I have an apartment in New
Oh,
York.
you have an apartment. Then he comes to your door.
So I answer the door. Ah, Lieutenant. Wonderful. Thank you for coming. Do please have a seat.
Thank you, ma'am. When he comes in, it's kind of rumpled. It looks like he hasn't slept much. I won't take much of your time.
Oh, good. I was just about to do some eggs. Would you like some eggs? Old Blighty style.
No, thank you. I'm okay.
Would you like some coffee?
Coffee would be wonderful. Thanks.
I go over and I make coffee, however the hell they made that in the 20s. So you look like you've had a rough night.
Well, this was a particularly bloody murder. And to tell you the truth, I think there might be something more to it. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I looked a little bit into your friend. I know that as a journalist who's looking into things, I know that all of you have worked together before. I'm telling you this in confidence because maybe you'll be able to see something in it that I can't, or talk to someone that I can't. These murders aren't in my jurisdiction. I think Jackson Elias might be the 9th victim. And there's a man called Hilton Adams who was arrested. He is now awaiting execution in Sing Sing, and I would not want an innocent man to be executed.
If the United States didn't want to execute innocent people, maybe they shouldn't be executing anyone at all. But that's another discussion for another day.
That has nothing to do with that. I think that if the UK didn't want to kill people, they wouldn't either, would they?
No, they shouldn't.
No.
But that's just the way of the world, isn't it? But back to the point at hand. Clearly, this Hilton Abbott. Clearly, this Hilton Abbott. I can't say words now. Clearly, this Hilton Adams was not there yesterday. He was in prison in Sing Sing, and the paper this morning said that there may be a connection with these men who have 3 accomplices.
Rebecca Schoenberg, yeah. Yeah. Give me another charm roll, please.
Okay.
I want a hard success to get a certain piece of information. So if you want, you can take... Oh, fuck. There you go.
I don't need to, because I just got a hard success,
hard
60 under 60. So just twizzles her hair a little bit while handing over the coffee.
Miss Bacon, oh, thank you. This is delicious. Much better than what we have down at the precinct. Oh my God. That powder was after or during the Second World War. Before it wouldn't have been. I don't know why I'm telling you this, Miss Bacon. You have a very trustworthy face. The man who arrested Mr. Adams, one Captain Robson. I'm not sure he is quite the police officer he should be, if you get my meaning. He's in charge over there. I wouldn't say so openly, but I think so. He is known to have a very firm hand over there in Harlem. And with some of the people you might think he has a firmer hand with, he most certainly does. Hilton Adams was taken a little bit too neatly, if you ask me. The man's a goddamn war hero.
Tell me more about Adams.
He was a part of the Harlem Hellfighters, I think, which was a real group. Give me a second. Fuck it. You think? Yes, I know I shouldn't be looking through the book doing this, but fuckies.
Oh, the African American unit. I've read about them in the papers.
Exactly. We've got the Friends of the Harlem Hellfighters. I was right. I didn't even need to look it up. They're the Harlem Hellfighters, and to the best of my knowledge, he actually started looking into some of these murders. As I said, your friend will be the ninth victim. These are. There's no pattern to who's been killed. The only thing I can think of is people that might have gotten too close to whatever it is. I don't believe in any of this mumbo jumbo, any of this cult business that your friends seem to be into. But I do know there's something going on here. And Captain Robson being technically my superior, I do not have as free a hand as I might. As much as she's a pain in my ass, you could speak to this Rebecca Schosenberg. She is quite, what's in German? Hartnäckig. Chris, what's hartnäckig of English? Persistent? Yeah, you're muted, Chewy boy.
This is
Persistent.
Yeah, persistent. She is
This
rather
is me
persistent.
asking, is Rebecca Schosenberg the journalist that wrote in the paper?
Yes.
Writes about the Harlem murders.
Yeah, she is. She has never thought that Mr. Adams was guilty. And if anyone is going to be able to give you some more information there, I would suggest speaking to her.
Well, as you know, Lieutenant, I'm a woman of considerable means, and Jackson was a dear, dear friend. I thank you for the information you've given me. I will be passing that on to some detectives I will have in my own employ soon enough. I
would appreciate if you would keep me updated.
Of course, the detectives I will hire, I will get to contact you at the New York Police Department.
It gives you a little card that's kind of smudged, the ink run a little bit, and it's Precinct 7A, West 20th Street. It's just round the corner from the hotel.
Sorry, Precinct 7A.
Yes.
And is it called Murder Squad?
Yes, that's what she wrote in the paper, at least.
In the paper, reported that you worked for Murder Squad.
Yes, we look into murders.
That's the right name for what you do.
We don't murder people.
Precinct 7A on what street, sorry, was it?
West 20th.
Okay. Well, Lieutenant.
Mute again, Chris. You're chewing. Thank you.
If there's nothing else, I have to go to a friend's office to find out about getting some detectives of our own, who I will, of course, make sure that they share anything they find with you at the I'm losing the ability to speak at the Murder Squad.
Well, sorry, say that again. I just missed that. My head went blank.
Oh, it's okay. I have to go. I have to go and seek out some detectives to assist me in finding these vicious killers. And anything they find, I will be sure to tell them to share with Murder Squad.
Thank you. Rather than Murder Squad, I would ask you to maybe... Sorry, I've just been... if you would inform me directly. You never know who is going to be in contact with him. As you see him out to the door, there's someone waiting at your door. They're just about to knock.
someone waiting at my door.
Yes.
So I'm
So you-
seeing out the detective and the
Yes.
lieutenant and okay.
You see, you open the door and the hand's just going up to knock on it.
Oh, hello.
Wait a minute, till I find them. Boom, boom, boom. Sorry. Hi. Kind of older-looking, short, squat white man. Spalding. Got the very, those glasses, the wee half things going down towards the bottom of his nose. You can tell he's quite chunky, and you could smell really strong aftershave coming off him. Sorry. Oh my god, I really need to stop looking at things. Sorry, Miss Bacon, sir. Poole looks at him, sir, and walks off. You can see him just cast a glance behind. Miss Bacon, my name is Jonah Kensington. I'm a friend of Jackson's, was a friend of Jackson's. I'm his publisher over at Prospero House. Yours was the only address I had in New York. He was murdered yesterday.
I know I was there, Jonah.
Oh my god, are you okay? I'm so sorry.
I'll be fine. But I'm deeply invested in finding out what happened. So would you like to come in? Sounds like we have a lot to talk about.
I have to go. Some more stops I need to make. I would have sent a courier, but I thought it better to do it in person. There's going to be a funeral tomorrow.
That was fast. Where and what time?
I have no idea, so I give you the where and what time because I've not looked it up. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. on the 17th of January.
Thank you for telling me about the funeral. I will spread the word myself amongst his friends.
Thank you so much. I was looking for Mr. Robinson and a couple of others, Miss Fields, Mr. Nocte. Do you happen to know where I could find them, or?
I can let them know.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to see them later on today.
It's so much to do. Thank you very, very much.
Very welcome, Jonah. We all loved him, you know.
You can see there's a tear punning in his eye as he turns round, then walks off.
Jonah, if you need to talk, you know where I am.
He nods at you. Thank you, miss. Heads off. Bob, Lara, you meet up in the morning. You're heading to New York University.
Yes. Unless Lyra directs us elsewhere first.
You are
And she's muted.
Fucking musicians.
I was just
Too many
being polite.
buttons to push.
No, it's just I forgot that my food had crunchy bits in it. I apologize.
Yeah. You'll be punished later.
I know.
You would also read the paper in the morning. Same thing. It's something you do back then. Don't have any internet, no phone. The fuck. You head to the university. I'm trying to think. Where would you go? It would just be some sort of reception or something.
At university?
Yeah.
Yeah, there would be some sort of common hall or reception area.
Or administration's building.
You ask some students, thank you, the administration building. You ask some students, and they tell you, yeah, it's along here, blah blah blah, and it's the you come to a small. So it's like a small desk made of wood. There's glass panes. It looks kind of like a bank teller sort of thing. And there's a younger woman sitting, tapping her fingers as you. Hi, how can I help you?
Hi. We just want to inquire about the presentation that you held or are holding you held a few nights ago about the cult of darkness in Polynesia in the southwest.
Oh, hold on a wee second. Until she looks through and she gets the thing out and she looks through. That would have been on January the 3rd, a Professor Cowles, I believe. Yes, he was visiting from Arkham University.
All right. Would you, by any chance, have had a way to document or I don't know, record the lecture?
Oh, no, we wouldn't have done that, but I'm pretty sure you'd be able to get his notes and some of the pictures that he used. If you speak to him, these visiting professors are usually very gregarious with that sort of thing.
Oh, is he still here?
No, but it's not a far drive down to Arkham. Is it down or up?
Up.
Up to Arkham. I always forget where New York is.
All right. Yes, then thank you. Guess that was it for our journey, wasn't it?
Can I do anything else? Can I help you with anything else?
Mention drop a few of the names from the letters, and I'm trying to find out where they are, and I lost track of what window. So, but mentioning a couple names about the books that we might be kind of curious about.
What books? Oh, you mean
that's what I was trying to.
Actually, didn't see anything. There was nothing in there about any books. From the outright, it didn't mention the name of the book you were looking for. And she's in Harvard.
Would you, by any chance, have any information on the Carlisle expedition?
The Carlisle expedition. Oh, that was that famous man who went missing, wasn't it? And his friends, and they were all murdered terribly by tribesmen. It's an awful thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you'll find information in the library, just whatever newspapers are kept.
All right.
Have you ever heard of Warren Bessart?
Name doesn't ring a bell, no.
Okay, I thought maybe he was professor or know some people here.
I can check, and she goes away, comes back a couple minutes later. We've never had a Professor Bessart here. Sorry.
Well, thank you.
She's starting to look annoyed.
Do you have anyone here who has knowledge on the occult and cults?
She giggles. No, I think you're best off looking at Arkham University there. This New York University tends not to go in for that sort of thing.
Okay, then thank you very much, and I'm sorry for wasting your time.
Not at all, not at all. And you can tell you really did waste your time according to her.
All right. I think we should probably just head back and meet up with Kathy.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. I haven't returned to Arkham since I graduated. It'll be interesting.
Did you ever visit any courses from Professor Cowles, or?
That would be for Marc to say. My degree would be in history, not necessarily Polynesian.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, so.
But you all head back, meet up with Kathy. Kathy informs you of the the funeral tomorrow. And no cliffhanger for you tonight, unfortunately. But I think with that we will leave it.
Well, it could be a cliffhanger. Expectations of another body arising out of that we thought we killed.
Oh, you never know. Could be shitloads of bodies, and there will be shitloads of bodies. But yeah, that was the first chapter of New York, so episode 4 of our Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign. I am Marc. I was your keeper of arcane lore. I will let everyone else say goodbye, and then we will back off and raid the lollygaggers. So, Michelle, say goodbye.
Thanks for watching Masks of Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep.
I almost said it. That's the best you get.
It was really good. Yeah, you get points for that.
It's taken months to get to this point. Yeah, thanks for watching. That was fun.
All right. Hi, I'm Tim, and I'll try Nyarlathotep.
Nyarlathotep. See, Tim's just trying to make you feel good, Michelle.
See, it's not just me.
No, it isn't. I'm just going to call him Gnarl from now on. So,
Nyarlathotep was his name. Hotep was added after.
yeah. Hi, I'm Tim. I hang out at Myth and Mayhem. Just to let people know, I am looking for some players for a couple of games. Eat the Reich and is one I want to try to run the complete campaign. Available on. Go check out our casting call on our what is
In
it
the
called? Discord.
Yep, the
Yeah.
link is, if you're watching on YouTube, the link is in the description. If you're here, I just put it on in the chat.
And also, because it's 50th year for Dungeons and Dragons, I thought we maybe try some old school D&D and AD&D modules just to
Which
show
will be
people,
interesting.
how different it was. I've been reading some of it, and it's like, oh my god, I forgot that crap.
Yeah, some of it is actually nuts.
But it would be fun to go back to because I started in '82, so that'd be about right.
Aww. I was 1 year old.
Aww.
Aww, a baby. And Chris.
In 82, I was but a glimmer in my father's eyes.
Yeah,
Not
maybe
even,
voter.
not even. But thank you all for watching Masks of Chris Can't Roll a Success.
That could be the name, actually, yes.
Exactly. I'm Chris, and you can find me from time to time posting random memes in the Discord of Tales of Myth and Mayhem, or you can find me on social media, or you can find my music, which is it good? Maybe. Who knows? Music is subjective, but if you enjoy music, give it a listen. If you like it, leave a follow. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music. There are two
The links
songs
are in the
on.
chat. I'll stick the links in the description for the video as well.
Exactly. And the more you listen to my music, the more cents I get from like companies like Spotify. Right now,
Percentages of cents.
I have $2. I have $2 that
That's
I've
not
been
bad.
saving for 1 year. $2, okay? So can we get those $2 up to $10? Come on. I need a new pair of
Now you're being
sneakers.
fancy.
No. Please, if you enjoy my music, just leave a like and a follow. You can always try and find me on the Discord, but I might not be active. And you can find me here. Yeah, I'm a bit weird with that. I have 100 different Discords.
Don't worry about it. That's why I'm only a member of 3, 2 of which are mine. But anyway, we are about to read Lollygaggers. We are back on Tuesday night with the second episode of our Marvel Multiverse RPG, where you can see Michelle and some other wonderful people playing with me. So hopefully see you then. See you in Discord. Leave a like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. And we're going to start the raid. Now it takes 10 seconds, and it's... and then we go. We got 4 viewers ready to raid. Go us. Yes, Cat the Dice Goblin will be there. We are raiding. Bye-bye.